Likert scale. This Likert scale was formulated by the psychologist Francis Likert, and it was developed in 1932. Its introduction that is developed by the psychologist Francis Likert and in 1932, and its psychological concept. So mainly it meant for psychological related concept can be measured by the Likert scale, and it is one of the most commonly used scaling technique, and it was developed to measure the attitudes, values and feelings of people. The definitions, it is a composite measurement and scale used to measure mainly attitude of the people, the values and the feelings that involve summation of scores, and here we will be having a positive and negative declarative statement. So if you are giving certain statements to the people, some people may be having some positive aspect towards the thing or negative, whatever it may be. We will be noting the positive and negative declarative statements regarding measuring variables in which respondents are asked to indicate the degree. So even if you are giving a positive or a negative statement, so some people will be agree and some people may not agree. So here how far they are agreeing, whether they are agreeing strongly or agreeing or sometimes in uncertain or disagreeing or strongly agreeing, disagreeing. So these all the statements will be noted, that is the declarative statement will be noted. The Likert scale is an unidimensional scale, and here the researcher used to collect respondents' attitudes and their opinions, and the researchers often use their psychometric scale to understand the views and perspectives towards a brand or a product, or if you're, so example, if you're taking the vaccination, either a Covaxin or a Covishield. So before introducing to the public, so we can take a group of people for research and we can ask about their opinion, whether they are accepting, agreeing. The example, if you are taking the Covishield, whether they are agreeing, strongly agreeing, or agree or uncertain or disagree or strongly disagree about the vaccination. So various aspects, new market items or new things, the medicines or whatever it is, we can ask the agreement from the public. That is, we can use the Likert scale. So taking another example for Likert scale here, to collect a product feedback. So if you are introducing a new product, in order to get the feedback from the public, the researcher we can use. So any market, any mall, we can use the Likert scale questions in the form of Dykomoto's option. That is, the product was a good purchase, the opinion listed as agree or disagree. So two options only we will be giving them, either they are agreeing or disagreeing. And the other way to frame this question is, please state your satisfaction level with the products. So, and the options ranging from very dissatisfied to very satisfied. And here you can see the this is the 5-point Likert scale to assess the attitude. So we can assess the attitude with the HIV/AIDS. So if you are asking the question, so the person with the multiple sex partners is at high risk of AIDS. So we can ask the people whether they are strongly agreeing, or neutral, or disagreeing, or strongly disagreeing. And you can ask, you can get AIDS by sharing utensils. So here again we can ask whether they are strongly agreeing, agree, neutral, disagree, or strongly disagree. And third, again you can ask, you may get HIV by sharing needles with others. So that again you can ask, that is needles with others. If you are sharing needles with others, whether you will get HIV or AIDS. So again, that is 5 options we are having. Then again, only gay men get AIDS. Again, you are having 5 options. Then one way of getting AIDS is infected blood transfusion. So like AIDS is a curable disease, like that various questions you can arise. This is a statement, either it's a positive or negative statement we can give in the 5-point Likert scale. So here you are having the three positive statement, that is strongly agree, neutral, and disagree, strongly disagree coming under the negative. And coming to the types of Likert scale. So the scale primarily divided into two major types, that is even Likert scale and odd Likert scale. And the even Likert scale, it's a 4-point Likert scale. For this type of Likert scale allows researchers to include 4 extreme points without a neutral choice. And 8-point likelihood of recommendations. Here, this is a variation of previously explained 4-point Likert scale. Here, the only difference, this scale has 8 options. So 8-point Likert scale will be having the 8 options. So to collect feedback about the likelihood of a recommendation. And coming to the odd Likert scale, odd Likert scale is a 5-point Likert scale. It has 5 options, so that is with the 5 answer options. Researchers use this odd Likert scale to gather information about a topic by including a neutral answer option for respondent to select if they don't wish to answer from the extreme choices. And 7-point Likert scale. Here the 7-point Likert scale adds 2 more options, so that will be 7 options will be there. And again 9-point Likert scale, so it is quite uncommon, so most commonly we won't use the 9-point Likert scale, and here that is 9 options will be there. And here you can see the examples of Likert scale. So first, that is an agreement. Agreement, that is strongly agree, agree, neutral, disagree, strongly disagree. And in frequency, that is used very frequently, occasionally, rarely, never. And in importance, extremely important, very important, moderately, or important, slightly important, not important at all. And in interest, very interested, somewhat interested, neutral, somewhat uninterested, very uninterested. Then coming to the uses of Likert scale. And if you are taking the Likert scale, basically it is used to measure the attitudes, values and feelings of the people about specific concepts such as certain situations, and about the people, places, or certain programs or any policies like that. And this scale is used to have a quantified measurement of qualitative attributes of people and the feelings of the people and their values and the attitudes. And it can also use to assess the opinions, about the opinion of certain aspect about the particular abstract or particular module or particular policy. We can ask their opinion. And finally, it collects the opinion of people with various attitudes, their emotions and feelings towards a particular concept. Coming to the characteristics of Likert scale. So the Likert scale came into existence in 1932, and first it was formed, that is the 5-point scale, and which these days are extensively used, and these scales range from a group of general topics to the most. So always we will be starting from the generalized topic, then we will go to the specific, that is ask respondents to indicate their level of agreement, approval or belief, and some significant characteristics of the Likert scale. Or so rated answers. So here the item should be easily rated. So the sentence answers regards the relationship between the item and the sentence is evident. And second one, the scale type, and here the item must always have 2 extreme positions and an intermediate absence. So here that is so graduation between the extremes. The number of answer options, it is essential to mention that although the most common, that is Likert scale, is of 5 items, the use of more items help to generate greater precision in the results. And increasing reliability of the scale. So it's more reliable. Researchers often increase the end of the scale to create a 7-point scale by adding very to the top and bottom 5-point Likert scale, because even if you are going for a high point Likert scale, so that is if you are going for more than 5, more than 7, so how formally you are going for high point Likert scale, that will be giving more reliability of the scale. And using wide scales as a general rule, Likert and other recommends that is better. The Likert scale is a better one. We can use in a wide as possible, and one can always collapse the answers into concise groups, and it will be very useful for analysis. And lack of a neutral option, by considering these details, scales are sometimes curtailed, or even we can give a number category. So commonly we will be giving a 4 numbers, and we will be eliminating the neutral, that is a possibility on a forced choice survey scale. The next is the intrinsic variable. So that intrinsic variable here, the Likert scale clearly records states there could be an inherent variable that value marks of feedback of attitudes or respondents. So that is an interval basis, interval level. So we will be monitoring the feedback or attitudes or the respondents from the people. That is the respondents, whatever the response they are giving. Coming to the Likert scale data and analysis. So the scoring of the Likert scale, is done on the basis of type of statement and the level of respondents, and how far they are agreeing with the statement. And for a positive statement, the respondents get a higher score if there is agreement with the statement, and same way if you are taking a negative statement, they will get a lower score. So however, that is a negative statement, respondents gets a higher score if there is a disagreement with the statement or vice versa. So here the researcher use surveys regularly to measure and analyze the quality of products or services, and the Likert scale is a standard classification format, and the respondents provide their opinion about the quality of product, service from high to low or better to worse, that is for 5-point Likert scale or 7-point Likert scale. And here you can see the scoring. That is the statement. If you are giving a positive statement, the person with the multiple sex partners are at higher risk of AIDS. So here we strongly agree, we will give the score of 5, and agree we will give 4, uncertain 3, and disagree 2, and strongly disagree 1. And the same way, if you are taking a negative statement, that is you can get AIDS by sharing utensils, that is the negative statement. So just like opposite to the positive statement, and the negative statement, for strongly agree we will give 1 mark, and agree we will give the score 2, and uncertain same as like 3 score we will give, and disagree 4, and strongly disagree 5. And researchers and auditors generally group collected data in a hierarchy of 4 fundamental measurements, that is nominal, ordinal, interval, and ratio, to do further analysis. And what is nominal data? So here, the data in which the answers classified into variables need not necessarily have a quantitative data or order. It's called the nominal data. And the second one is the ordinal data, data in which it is possible to sort or classify the answer. So it is impossible to measure the distance. That is called the ordinal data. And the third one is interval data. So here the interval, that is aggregate data in which measurements of order it has and distances, that is an interval data. And the ratio data is similar to interval data. Here we will be having a difference in an equal and definitive ratio between each data, that is an absolute 0 also being treated as a point of origin. So the point will be started from 0, and we will be having an interval of 1, 2, 3 like that. Coming to the advantages of Likert scale. So the Likert scale is very easy to implementation because it is a universally accepted scale, and it is easily understood by everyone. Customers will be getting satisfied very easily, and we can do it very easily. That is very satisfaction in the service. And the second one, quantifiable answer option. So here We can quantify liquid items with no apparent relation to the expression and conduct a statistical analysis on the received results. And third, to analyze the rank of opinion. So there may be a sample of various. So Likert scale offers a ranking based on the views of the people surveyed. And it is simple to respond, so respondent can understand very easily and they can enter the scale and quickly answer the question. Coming to the disadvantage, so if on one side two people can get the same value in the Likert scale by having chosen different options, and it's difficult to treat neutral opinions as neither agree or disagree. And the respondents tend to agree to the statement showed, and the phenomenon is called, that is, acquiescence bias. So even if they are not understanding, so simply they will be agreeing certain statements when we are asking. So that is called the acquiescence bias, and it can be understood only by those who are familiar. So some of the statements only understood for the people those who are familiar with the thing, others they may not understand. So even if it has its disadvantages, so most of the people in research or in the public, it's very often the Likert scale is used, so it can be utilized in our research setting also. Thank you.